Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to the very first episode of Veracity Satire. I'm your host, Veracity, and today we're going to be talking about desert ghosts, or as they like to be called, hijabi women. Wearing the hijab is just about the most oppressive thing a woman can do to herself. Now you might be thinking, Veracity, is that really the strongest way to start your video? You can bet your ass it is. The strategy for my videos is not to work my way up to some climax. I climax the whole fucking time. Just like during sex, I come for 5 minutes straight. Now, unless you've been living under a rock your whole life, and you don't know what a hijab is by now, it's a scarf that's designed to conceal a woman's hair and neck. Islam claims that by covering a woman up, it prevents their objectification and sexualization. Objectively, it's just a piece of material. The Islams, on the other hand, they've come to believe that it protects women, like some sort of condom. Give men more credit. We're not that horny. I mean, yeah, I one time fucked my couch cushions, but that doesn't mean I need women to be covered up in order to control my sex drive. Muslim women, let me ask you something. After 1,500 years, how can you still not recognize how bullshit the hijab is? Is there some benefit to wearing the hijab that I'm missing? As a result of wearing the hijab, does the Middle East live in some gender utopia that everyone is unaware about? No? That's what I thought. The hijab is clearly a social construction, created by men to control women. Really think about it, okay? Put your thinking caps on, Muslim women. Intuitively, what sounds more liberating? Taking something off or putting something on? The only way someone can be duped into believing something so stupid is to be born in a culture that raises you from birth with this ideology. The God in your religion clearly likes men better. After all, it's not your fault men are so biologically horny. It's God's. And yet for some reason, you're the one that has to wrap yourself up like a burrito. Why is it your responsibility to do something about the sexual tension? Islam, you're clearly being sexist. And if you're not convinced, just take a look at these quotes from the Quran. The hijab is a symbol of modesty and restraint. By wearing it, you are taking on the identity of what it represents, and you have a social obligation to live up to its symbol. If you don't, and if you disrespect the symbol by wearing it and acting like a slut at the same time, you can guarantee other Muslims will be getting mad at you. When you put the hijab on, you might as well be putting yourself in social handcuffs, because you're not able to simultaneously wear the hijab while acting like a sexual creature at the same time. And because of that, you're being oppressed. Wearing the hijab renounces a woman's power. A man can control a woman with his brute force, and a woman can control a man with her cunning and sexuality. But if a woman is required to cover up her sexuality, then her power is nulled, and it can only be used when her husband says it's appropriate. Giggity, 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 giggity. And please, do not get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that taking your hijab off and sexualizing yourself is the answer. Because as we can see in Western societies, over-sexualization is another form of oppression. However, even though you exist at opposite sides of the spectrum, you are both being oppressed. One side has the media dictating to them how they should feel, how they should act, and what they should believe, and the other side has religion dictating to them what they should feel, how they should act, and what they should believe. How can you guys not see that you're both being oppressed? And yet you look at each other like the other one's being oppressed and you're not. I'm starting to understand why women are so easy to control in the first place. Alright, so in closing, while I realize that many Muslims will be getting mad at me for this video, I must insist that I am neither an enemy of Islam, nor do I think that Muslims are less of people because they identify as such. And neither should you. People are all equal, even hijabi women, and we all have identities that others find hard to understand. So tolerate your neighbor, but always question your own identity. Ask yourself, who am I? Why am I choosing to be who I am? Did I even choose this identity for myself? Or did my family and society choose it for me without me knowing, and I have merely come to accept that this is who I should be? Well, boys and girls, that's all we have time for today. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.
What are you waiting for? Do it!